Welcome, everybody, to The Late Show. I am your host, Stephen Colbert, and let me just say, yes, sir. Let me just say, happy Friday, everybody. This is gonna be, this weekend, I'm feeling it. It's gonna be a great weekend to grab some burgers and beers and have a barbecue once you've sold a kidney to afford the burgers and the beers. Because inflation is still running rampant. Costs are so high that America's favorite new game show is The Price is What? People are especially... People are especially feeling the pain at the grocery store. Reporters are telling us that some shoppers are paying more than $200 for a 5-pack of short ribs, while the price of a bulk pack of toilet paper had surged from $17 to $25. That is crazy. I remember even recently, toilet paper was perfectly affordable. Even during the first few weeks of the pandemic, all you needed was $7 and the willingness to body check that old lady reaching for it into the Calgon display. Just throw a bow. I got kids. Buy a bidet. Of course, nowhere are prices higher than in airports. A recent investigation confirmed that airline customers have paid as much as $27 for a beer at LaGuardia, proving that people will pay any amount to kill the feeling of being at LaGuardia. Apparently, come visit New York. Apparently, the amount travelers paid for a beer varied between $23 and $27, depending on the size of the beer. What size are these supposed to be? For $27, I want a can too big to fit in the overhead compartment. The economy is no doubt going to be a major topic of discussion this weekend at Davos, which, for those who don't know, is an annual conference that brings together billionaires and political leaders at a Swiss ski resort where they address critical concerns including wealth management, climate change, and more. And if you haven't heard of Davos, you probably pay taxes. And this year it's going to be just a scooch different, because for the first time the Davos lineup will feature Psychedelic Shamans. Oh, good. Just what billionaires need, a looser grip on reality. Though, I will say this, hi, Elon. Although I'm not surprised billionaires take mind-bending drugs, it's the only thing that could possibly explain choosing this goatee, that cowboy hat, or this haircut. Hey, buddy. These mind-bending experiences will be led by a variety of speakers throughout the week, including Sylvia Benito, who has deep expertise in ayahuasca and has experience managing family investments. I'm hoping at the same time. Thank you for meeting me in my sweat yurts to go over your portfolio. We split your investments between high-yield stocks, medium-yield bonds, and the sense memory of your wronged ancestors, who will appear to you as a wolf with your father's voice. Now, walk with me into the fire, where we shall itemize your deductions. Speaking of ayahuasca. You guys, anybody done the ayahuasca over there? No? Okay, all right. Speaking of rich people, I'm not a narc, you don't have to worry. Speaking of rich people, if you invested all your money in crypto, you are no longer a rich people. Because over just the past few weeks, cryptocurrencies have melted down in a perfect storm of fear and panic, which are the two emotions I feel when someone tries to explain the blockchain to me. How bad is it right now? Well, last week, more than $200 billion was wiped off the cryptocurrency market in one day. Or to put that in the kind of terms crypto investors understand, 3.5 ape cartoons drowned in a tweet token of non-fungible drops. The crash is even hitting types of crypto that were designed to be stable, like Terra, which was supposedly pegged to the US dollar, but then in the wake of the crash, suddenly unpegged itself. Now, a word to the wise. Do not Google suddenly unpegged. You will not learn about crypto. You will learn other things which you will never be able to unlearn. Now, I want to be clear here, ladies and gentlemen. You shouldn't take investment advice from me, okay? I'm a clown. I make jokes. Farts are funny, ha ha. I'm no financial planner. I don't know anything about the Dow. I don't even know what the Dow is made of. Dow points, Dowlings, Dowtons, is that what they keep in the Abbey? I have no idea what the magical men on Wall Street do, but I do know that a big part of the appeal of crypto was that it was supposed to be this cool new alternative to the stock market. You know, stock market go down, crypto go up, like gold. But now researchers are saying that crypto prices are moving in tandem with traditional markets. So your fake money can disappear at the same time as your real money? That's like getting dumped by your girlfriend and your sex doll. See, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Maintenance. See, this is how crypto evidently works. Somebody makes up fake money. Then some early people come in and they buy it, but for it to gain value, lots of other people have got to then buy it, and then they have to turn around and find someone else to buy it, and the price goes up. One of the reasons many of those little people bought in later is because of the barrage of celebrities who endorsed it. But strangely, now that the crypto market has crashed, they're staying pretty quiet. In fact, when reached for comment, there was no response from Matt Damon, LeBron James, Reese Witherspoon, Paris Hilton, Mila Kunis, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Gwenyth Paltrow. When will we as a society learn to stop buying things from Gwenyth Paltrow? I feel so bad for all those people. I feel for all those people who jammed that Ethereum up behind their perineum, along with her jade egg. Now, there's also, is this Australia? There's news out of Australia. They have a big election coming up, and the stakes are high for Conservative Prime Minister and Bullfrog thinking about the fly who got away. Scott Morrison. Ever since Morrison was elected, the Australian PM has been dogged by scandals about everything from allegations of racism to his friendship with a prominent QAnon conspiracy theorist. That's not good. Of course, down there, politicians' reputations go down the drain counterclockwise. Morrison's press got so bad that last year the Prime Minister went on the radio to deny that he'd ever pooped his pants at McDonald's. Even worse, no one had accused him of it. Now, no surprise, Scott's re-election campaign hasn't been going the best. So he launched a reboot this week to get some good press, which brings us to the latest Morrison news. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison tackled a child to the ground during an election photo op. Let's go to the tape. Yeah, to which his campaign responded, "Can we go back to the McDonald's pooping thing?" We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Sebastian Stan, and I'll be giving the Colbert questionnaire to one Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. But when we return, ladies and gentlemen, it's Meanwhile.